Well, hello there.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Do you have a good race weekend? Is that why you're feeling good?
I did.
Pleasant surprise.
I did not expect Kyle to win.
I don't think a lot of us expected Kyle to win at the beginning of that. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of similarities with this track in Vegas, as far as how they run normally.
Okay. Vegas is what, a half mile?
Yeah, I know, but they. No, I'm just kidding. What was it? Richmond?
Oh, half, buddy.
Richmond. That's what I'm thinking of. Oh,
Benefits of being live. You have no idea what you're talking about.
absolutely no clue. I can't remember. There's a track that's a lot like it, and the Hendrick cars dominated that race too, and so it was bound to be another Hendrick partaking.
Which one was that?
I feel like I cannot get my hat to look right on camera.
Yeah, it's kind of twisted.
Right? Like something. I don't know. I'll leave it for now. Just bug people now that you pointed it out.
Yeah. I really didn't expect Kyle to win that race, and it wasn't like throughout the race. I don't pick Kyle at Richmond. I don't think he's one of the best at Richmond, but I guess he proved me wrong. He was there in the top 5 for most of the race. So,
Yeah, I mean the Hendrick part. I mean that's him, Byron. They were just. It's my head. Probably. It's like the lump. I don't have a lump here. You know. Same. So yeah, no. I mean, I really think obviously we know they brought the heat. Obviously you had Bowman do well all day, Byron do really well all day. You know, Byron and Larson kind of going back and forth on who was the strongest car. And then even Josh Berry, like, I mean, that dude, if he did not solidify the fact that he needs to be in a cup car and Junior Motorsports needs to be the one bringing that to the sport, I don't know what else you can ask.
Yeah, the Hendrick dominance has continued, and now all 4 cars are showing up. Although the reason Josh Berry did finish second was mainly because of strategy. He did play that last pit cycle out, waiting for a caution flag, and they got lucky. Him and McDowell both got lucky and got that caution flag. So, although Josh was running top 15 for the majority of the race, so given his very limited experience in a cup car, especially a next-gen cup car, I have to applaud him for his effort for what he put in this week. The other thing is that Bowman, Byron, and Larson are still showing that they are the class of the field. I don't think you can say that they had the best long run car. I think the JGR cars had the best long run car.
JGR was definitely a long run. Hendrick was short to intermediates, and they just knew how to take off.
I think if we didn't get that last caution or the second to last caution when Reddick spun, was it Reddick? If we didn't get that caution flag, I think Truex would have brought that race home. Now, it's possible Christopher would have had a shot there because he did extend that pit cycle longer, just like what Denny did to win the stage.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, but I think it would have come down to a JGR car if it wasn't for that last caution or a second last caution.
Denny didn't do it on purpose. Denny got a bad pit stop because they had to rejack up the right side of the car.
Well, yes, I know what you're saying there, but he actually before that pit cycle between stage 1 and stage 2, Denny stayed out 6 extra laps while everybody else was
Sorry.
He had 6 laps fresher tires, and Christopher did the exact same thing on that last run there. So that's why I'm saying I think Christopher saw what Denny did, and honestly, if that race would have gone green to the finish, it would have been interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was already interesting to begin with. I mean, obviously we talked about Hendrick and their dominance. I mean, Bowman has not won a race, but yet he is the point leader at the moment with Ross Chastain like this close behind him. So, I mean, that's showing that the car that's not even winning the races is still up here competing wise. It's a lot going on for them
so far.
So what?
Bowman's had a very quiet year so far. He's not
Very
he's
quiet.
not one on anybody's radar, but I mean he's leading the points like he said, and it's just from consistency.
Yep.
I don't think he's finished outside the top 10 all year.
No, I mean he's definitely pulling a Blaney right now. He's getting close, but won't win. So maybe he can beat
Yeah.
Blaney to win.
Yeah, but Bowman actually can. I think Bowman has more wins than Blaney now.
Possibly,
Or
very
at
possible.
least he's tied.
Is there someone in chat that would like to fact check that one and get back to us?
I know somebody who would. Did you say fact or fat?
Both.
Yeah, you are fat.
Both. Yeah.
Shake your head.
No, good. So yeah, it was great racing all weekend long. I did not actually like the Xfinity though. I was not a fan of the Xfinity race. Usually it's the best race of the weekend, but I actually enjoyed trucks at Texas. That hurt more than I enjoyed Xfinity.
I did not watch the truck race. I wasn't going to attempt to watch the truck race. From everything I saw, it was a crash fest. But the Xfinity race was garbage.
Yeah, I didn't like
Out
it.
of every single race the Xfinity races run this year, they've seemed to have been probably the better racing product. But
For sure.
this weekend, Cup Series annihilated them.
No.
I'll tell you what, going into Richmond this weekend, I was not excited about it. I never really get excited for Richmond. But I think the last couple of years, this track has pretty much aged into a pretty competitive track. And now that the Cup cars have this new low downforce, I like what I saw.
Yeah, downforce was better. So the first short track race we had of the year, I was still thinking, hey, they need to add power. After watching Richmond, I don't know. I don't think we need to.
It's fall off.
Yeah, the fall off was perfect all race long. I mean, you could literally see. I think it was like 10 laps or 15 laps, and it was a full second already gone off the tires. So I mean, like it was huge. It might be more than that. I can't remember exactly what the stat they thrown up was, but like I mean, they showed Byron. He ended up slowing to more, almost close to 2 seconds from when he was on
They did
fresh
that.
tires to worn out.
They did that ghost car between Larson on fresh tires after a pit stop, and then like after 10 laps, and it was incredible how much slower through the corners he was, just because there was no grip.
Yeah, the bottom line. I know which one you're talking about. On that bottom line for the fresh tires, you could see he could basically hug it when he wanted to. That old tires, he had to stay mid track to upper track. So yeah, I mean, what NASCAR is doing with short tracks is working. Still too early for road courses, but if it was anything like Coda, it's working there too. So we're finally getting these pieces ironed out, and it's making the racing better. I feel like there's something coming to just mess it up in NASCAR fashion.
I'm interested to see what the package is going to be like at Martinsville. We can't really count Bristol because it's a dirt race. So
completely different.
Yeah, we're not going to count that. But as far as like Martinsville, I'm curious to see how it does. I think it's a step in the right direction. I'm not sure though if we're going to see what we saw at Richmond, even close to what we saw at Richmond at Martinsville, just because of the fact that we're still shifting. And even at Richmond, I think, if we can get rid of these guys shifting into fifth gear or keep it in fourth gear or change the gearing somehow to keep them from shifting, period, that's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, or they got to fix the gearing. I mean, it's fine that they shift gears. I don't have a problem with that fact, but I agree with you messing with the gearing to make it a little bit. The problem is right now, Denny said it a bunch of times. If you make a mistake in the corner, you can just downshift and catch back up.
Yeah.
So there's no real thing. Like we got to figure out how to change the gearing to where when you downshift, it's more of a penalty than it is just a balance. I'm not mechanical, obviously, so I'm not quite sure exactly what gearing would need to be to make that, or even if it's a full possibility. But something needs to be done there. I think. I think the rest of it, the spoiler, try no spoiler. Let's see what it does. I'd like to see that. And then everything underneath the car, I think they did just right. Don't change that any. And that's about it for it to me.
Yeah, I would say let's keep what we have so far. Let's
Yeah.
not change. Let's not change downforce at all. But I would say that I think the next step is obviously doing something with the gearing to keep them from shifting.
Yeah,
Um, the, you you can talk crap about Denny all you want. I'm really high on his podcast, and he knows exactly what he's talking about.
yeah,
And I have agreed to everything he has said as far as what needs to change to increase the racing product on the track. Whether or
yeah,
not it's groove tires, I don't know if we need to look into groove tires just yet, but I
yeah.
definitely
They
think
brought that
look
up.
into.
And really, I think the biggest change is not going to come to the Cup Series. I think it's going to come to the Xfinity Series. I think it's getting close to a time for a change. We've heard rumors of them going to one lug as well. We don't know, obviously, if that's true or not yet. We'll find out. Time will tell. I mean, there's a bunch going on there. When do they do a redesign? And if they do a redesign, do they change the engine?
It's hard to say. Um, I feel like the Xfinity series is the perfect series to experiment
Yeah.
um, with brand marketing more than anything. I think you could see. I don't want to say. I don't want to say SUVs because we have a truck series, but I think you could see manufacturers getting into, pushing NASCAR into let's change it up to like some type of hybrid technology or even a full. God Almighty, I can't believe I'm going to say this. A full electric series.
Hmm.
I know. I know.
Ugh.
I guess it really depends because if you have a full electric series and that's your Xfinity series, that's going to cost a lot of money and that's going to price a lot of teams out.
Yeah, because
So
you're going to need extra battery. I mean, when you look at the F1 stuff, they have an entire like part of the building designated for these batteries and chargers
yeah,
and all. Like these tracks, they're not going to be able to do that. I agree doing hybrid for the highest, which is Cup. I think that the Xfinity, if anything, would only change to V6s and maybe even start experimenting with turbos and then truck series.
I think that's the direction they're going to go in because you look at let's talk about Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyota.
Yeah.
Toyota has pretty much gotten rid of all of their V8s. Their new Tundra doesn't even
Yeah.
offer V8 no more. So
Yeah.
if you look at the way things are going, I think you're going to see a lot of manufacturers getting away from the gas guzzling V8s, which
Mhm.
means the Xfinity series would probably be the perfect answer for or perfect solution for doing a V6. Xfinity cars were V6s back in the day too, so it
Yeah.
wouldn't be anything new.
Yeah, it's not like we're actually going back in time rather than designing a whole new thing. And I mean, like I said, like, we can do turbos for them and then non-turbo variants for the trucks. I think that would be a cool distinction between the two. Just run an all-engine truck, engine plus whatever the
I don't
turbo
think
package
I don't think
is.
you'll see anything change in the truck series anytime soon because I think they're pretty content with how they're doing spec engines in the truck
Yeah,
series.
well, I'm talking about like in the future. Like if we're predicting stuff, like I'm like future here.
Yeah.
I don't know about full. I think they'll have something NASCAR related that's all electric. I just don't. Cup Series. I don't think they do a main series.
There's going to be an electrification of the Cup cars. It's coming. It's inevitable.
Yeah,
Steve Phelps has already talked about it a couple years ago and said by 2024, 2025 is when the new engine package is supposed to come out, meaning that they're going to look into a hybrid type system. And I'm not talking like hybrid Prius. I'm talking about like a hybrid uh,
racing.
addition to the drivetrain. Exactly.
Yeah, it's
You look at
racing.
what you look at what some of the supercars are nowadays. They are hybrid technology cars. They use electrification components to produce more power.
Yeah, we got to make sure we don't go too far to that side of racing because NASCAR was built blue collar racing. It was blue collar guys going out there racing, running moonshine originally, and then all the way through. If we keep trying to move more and more towards F1s or Indy, IMSAs, and all that kind of stuff, I feel like they're going to lose what NASCAR is. They're going to lose more of the fan base. I mean, the fan base is old. I know they're trying to get some new fans in, but do it in a way that signifies NASCAR, not IndyCar, not F1, not IMSA. Let's not go there.
I don't think you'll see us go down the route like what F1 has and shoot even what IndyCar has been doing. But I do see because of NASCAR owning IMSA, there's going to be some crossover. We already saw it in the 24 hours of Daytona that the top class, I forget what it was called now, but the top class was a hybrid car. They did have electrical components on the cars.
Yeah.
And so that seems like the perfect testing bed, to kind of test the technology in a race application that's closer to what the cup cars are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Only time will tell. There's so much that's got to happen. So many people has got to vote on it. And, I don't know, with Chicago Street Course and doing all these, trying to do road courses, as far as new road courses or tearing down what we got. I don't want NASCAR to lose itself. I don't want us to price ourselves. I mean, now just trying to get pit passes is almost impossible.
Really?
So, there won't ever be another Talladega where a drunk fan steals the pace car.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we're at such a crossroads right now as far as where the sport's going to go, because like you said, the old fans, they're not going to want to stick around for some drastic change, and there's been a lot of drastic change that has alienated our fan base. But I really don't know what the end product is going to be here. I don't know what NASCAR is going to look like in 10 years.
Yeah. It's 10, 15, 20. Is it going to be around in 20 years? It's going to be time to tell. But, yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the weekend again. So we had very good racing when it came to the trucks this weekend. Get them all backwards again. Texas, I hate Texas. We all know no one on this podcast is a fan of Texas. If you're watching the podcast, you're probably also not a fan of Texas. And I was expecting it to be terrible. I did not like the no live pit stops. That's just dumb to me. But overall, I did enjoy the racing. Yes, it did turn into a little bit of a wreck fest. But it was to me, it looked like actual good racing at Texas, and I haven't seen that ever. So
I don't know. I didn't watch the race, so I can't tell you anything from it.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, first time winner there. We had first time winner there with Carson Osavar. Usually he has to wreck his way to the front of the pack and then ends up wrecking himself. This time he found a way to wreck himself to the front and stay up front. So that was pretty interesting to see of him. But then you also get another first time winner with Chandler Smith in Xfinity. And like I said, Xfinity was pretty boring to me. And I know you said that already too. So I did find myself moving in and out, so maybe I missed some of Xfinity, and maybe it was the only good parts. But I just don't think the Xfinity was well. Hate Texas too.
Yeah, Texas is a dump.
What's up, Lindsay? But it was weird because you watch two first-time winners. You got the first-time winner in the Truck Series, first-time winner in the Xfinity Series, and then you start watching the race, and at first it looks like it's going to be old names. But then right there at the end of the race, right there at the end of the race, all of a sudden you have Josh, who's filling in for Chase. He's probably only got 1-2 more races left in that car, and at first, not great. By the end of the race, he was top 5. Finished up second. That's a lot to say.
Yeah, I think it's a lot to say for what Josh accomplished, and really how many races are left for his opportunity to shine here. So I don't know. I think Josh really did a good job. Like I said, the pit strategy kind of helped him out there. But moving forward, I'll be interested to see what he does this weekend at Bristol.
I mean, even with pit strategy, what was the highest that Ty Gibbs and Noah have finished even last year?
I don't know.
Not second. So, I mean, that's got to be something in itself.
True.
Yep. But, I can't wait. This week we are actually going to Bristol. If y'all are still in here, make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe if you don't already. Really appreciate it. If you want to support, we got Kanga coolers down in. These are always weird. It's down over there somewhere, and it's the Kanga coolers. If you use Fascar 10, it gets you 10% off. It supports us, helps us. Y'all are killing me. But
David.
Yeah, but that's the way you can support us. Hopefully, we can continue to do this. It's fun. Now, Bristol, we won't be live Friday for any of the practices. Just won't be able
I don't
to
think there's
get
it. We're not even going to be there Friday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not gonna be able to go live for that.
I don't
Saturday
think
we
there's
will
any
go
practice
live.
on Friday.
It's gonna rain out most likely, but Saturday we'll be live that night, and then Sunday we'll be live again. So make sure y'all hitting up TikTok, Instagram, all the different things. TikTok lives are about the best. So get on it, get there.
What are your expectations this weekend? Because this is the third year for Bristol Dirt.
Yep.
Are we going to see what we saw last year? I know there was weather last year, but are we going to see, some of these known dirt guys like Tyler Reddick or Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell? Are we going to see these guys make their way to the front and actually be in contention to win? Or is there going to be something else that, a non-known dirt driver gets the W?
So I mean, obviously we're at Bristol. We're gonna be Dirt Bristol. So this is one of those races where you can flip a coin and pick the winner just about as good as everyone else. Tacos, the burrito tacos were on point. If y'all didn't see it, we got a TikTok video of it. Burrito tacos, delicious. But yeah, no, I really think that this is one of those tracks. Flip a coin, you can pick the winner just as easy as picking it out of random. And I really hope we get a full race in. I hope it doesn't get rained out on either day. Obviously, I think there's a lot of rain possibility Saturday and
No,
Sunday's.
it's not going to rain.
Or is it
It's not going to
backwards?
rain.
Oh, it's not gonna
It's
rain.
not going to rain.
It's not getting up there.
No.
It's gonna rain here in Augusta.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. That'll work out.
But double check. I mean, it's going to change, but I looked this morning, and it's
That-
going to be a rain out for the Augusta National, but
Yeah.
Bristol, I think there was like a very small chance of rain, like in the evening. Which, if it rains, it's not really going to mess anything up. Now,
That's the good thing about dirt.
if it's a downpour,
Yeah. Thanks, Will. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, last time I checked, it was Saturday, but nothing Sunday. But it changes frequently, a lot. I'll be happy with none. I just got to remember to wear sunscreen this time, that way I don't end up like Larry the Lobster again, or Patrick
yeah,
Star.
it's changed already. It's going to be cloudy on Saturday and 67 and partly cloudy on Sunday.
Gotcha. 67. That's fat boy weather. I'll be fine. I got it.
Well, 44 at night, so it's going to get kind of chilly. Anyways,
Fat boys got shorts.
That's for us to figure out. So where do you stand on picks going into this weekend? Because there's going to be some interesting picks, kind of going back to what I was just asking there, where you think guys are going to stand, especially on dirt. Like you don't really know how this race is going to play out. Every single year, it seems like the dirt guys are favored to win, but the last two and the only two dirt races,
Joey,
dirt guy hasn't won.
Yeah, no, they were in contention most of the day, but stage by stage they fell out. I think Rhodes will win truck, and then I want to go Harvick. I'm wearing his stuff, makes me feel it. I want to go Harvick for the Cup Series.
I want to look at the truck entry list to see, because there's actually some notable names. Joey Logano's racing.
Yeah, there's got to be some big names in this one.
Come on.
I mean, Carson's done well at this track too. He finished second first year, or second, second first year with Ben Rhodes winning the first year.
Who?
Hocevar.
Oh.
Hocevar.
Jonathan Davenport. He's racing the 7 for Spire. That's going to be a interesting.
I can't wait. That's probably that is a dirt legend, or dirt king, I guess, because he's still going. But he'll do good. I think he'll race really good with them, but I don't think he's ready
Tyler
for.
Carpenter,
Hmm,
another dirt guy.
yeah, but I think
William Byron.
you know,
You know who William Byron's racing for, right?
KBM.
51 truck.
Yep, 51 Rowdy truck. Yeah, I saw that earlier this year.
Stuart Friesen could be a good pick for this weekend too. He's a dirt guy.
Maybe. I don't know. I just really think when they got Davenport, they were just they were on it. So I really think they'll do well, but I don't think they're used to how much NASCAR beating banging is. I mean, obviously they know dirt tracks. I've been doing this all this time, but once you get into them NASCAR cars, boy.
Parker Kligerman's racing the 75. Logano's in the 66. Stuart Friesen's wife is racing again. I mean, there's some good names. So Chase Briscoe's even running it. I missed that name.
Well, they're hoping to run. I think there's like they have to cut six.
There's 43 trucks entered.
43?
Yeah.
Oh. We'll see.
We will. So you have Ben Rhodes
Yeah.
and Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, Ben Rhodes, Kevin Harvick. I felt the blue today. Had to hit it up. So that's what I'm going with.
All right. Well, I got William Byron for the trucks.
Okay.
The KBM reunion with William, and William, I know he's been working on his craft. He's gotten better, and as his season has already shown in the Cup Series, there's no stopping William right now. So I got William in the trucks. As far as the Cup race, I'm going all in. We're going back to back.
Going back to back. So we're going with Hendrick winning twice with two separate drivers already this year.
Yep. In 6 out of 8 races.
6 out of 8 races. That's strong. That's strong all the way around. So you can't really.
Do you have a sleeper pick though? Do you have a sleeper pick for this weekend Cup Series?
Man, hit me with. I mean, I think. Well, we all expect KFB to do good, so that's not a sleeper.
Well, you think on this? I'll tell you who it is.
Okay.
Ricky Stenhouse.
Why?
He's a dirt guy. He's got plenty of dirt experience.
I mean, hopefully he can bounce back. He didn't have a good race this last weekend. He didn't get much into it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The problem is I think it's so much up to chance that you can almost give it to someone like an Austin Dillon who gets lucky. I mean,
you can give it to anybody. It's just going to be like a super speedway race.
I'd really say probably someone like an Austin Dillon, either that Austin Dillon or maybe a Priest. I really think if it's gonna be someone like that, they got to be someone that's gonna sit but know how to drive. Priest knows how to drive. See still with Dillon, but I think that'd be my sleepers. Them two.
There's way too many variables this weekend, and that's why I still feel like you can choose a dirt guy. You could choose Jonathan Davenport. He's racing the Cup race too, but it's really going to be hard to say who actually is going to get a good finish and get the results that they're asking for.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That's not a bad pick.
That's a terrible pick. The dude, Travis Pastrana.
I think you're being trolled.
Travis Pastrana has more points than him. Well, maybe not now. I guess he.
Should we look that up again?
I feel like we have to look this up. This is just inquiring minds need to know.
Ty Dillon. Dude. How?
What?
Ty Dillon is still behind Chase Elliott this week.
Still,
How?
still, because it's Ty Dillon.
That can't be. Is this after Richmond? There's no
Your
way.
statsmatician is broken.
I'm on the NASCAR. When all else fails, I'm going to J-Ski.
I guess Chase being in Colorado still, he's just phoning it in. Plus 10.
This is correct. Ty Dillon is 33rd in points.
Where's
Seven
Travis?
starts. 7 starts. Still has 37 points to his name.
What's Pastrana? What was Pastrana at? I think they at one time I know Pastrana was above him.
Pastrana's 35th with 26
Okay.
points. So Ty finally passed Travis.
Finally passed Travis. Okay. I had to see that. Yeah, no. That is not a sleeper pick. That is he is a sleep pick.
Cody Ware is in front of Ty Dillon.
Ooh, Rick Ware race.
Rick Ware car is in front of Ty Dillon. That's
You
terrible.
know when you have those super fancy bumper cars that you don't want to bump? That's what Rick Ware Racing is.
Noah Gregson's in front of Ty Dillon.
Man, I hope he can get this season turned around.
Let's put that in perspective. Noah Gregson, rookie, not a lot of experience in a next gen car, not a lot of experience in Cup car. Period. Yeah. Took over Ty Dillon's ride, and is in front of points.
Yeah. I mean, I really want Noah to do better because Noah's right now not having a great, not a terrible start to the season, but just not as high caliber as I think everyone kind of was hoping for him. Obviously, he's not in the same kind of equipment that Ty Gibbs is in, with Ty Gibbs finishing in the top 10 for the 3rd straight week. But it's still, I hope Noah can then.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, rookie top 10 3 times in a row.
Yeah, he's 20th in points right now.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive for Ty. Let's see, 3 top 10s.
3 top 10s, rookie.
Average finish of 16.8. So I'm not going to say he's a playoff pick, but
not a playoff pick. I can't give him that yet. And I really think Noah can get there this year. I think he's still trying to figure out the equipment, and I hope he can get that down and just get back out there.
Yeah. Well, a couple more days we'll be in Bristol, so that'll be a interesting race for sure.
Oh, Bristol, Tennessee. But yeah, it's gonna be super interesting. We're not gonna have a bus. We won't have our cooking stuff. We'll have to figure out what the hotel's got. But yeah, no, we'll be racing. What about Denny?
Yeah. I don't understand what that was about. I mean, Denny just went in there with like no fucks to give. Like,
so they had the camera perfect at this time. They were doing an in-dash cam with Denny, and if you watch the very beginning of the clip, you can see JJ coming in and basically just using Denny as his "I'm not running up the lane." It was very brief, very fast in that clip, but you can definitely see him come into him and Denny's hand react. So I think what it was Denny said, "You ain't gonna race me like that, you little twerp," and just went yeet.
I don't know what that was about, because that was very early in the race. I get Denny was frustrated because he had a penalty, so he was in the back of the pack. But I mean, when you are racing with guys that are in the back of the track, or back of the pack, I should say, you should pretty much treat them with respect, because it's not like they are up there racing with you. And sure, you're having to pass them and lap them and everything. It's just a shitty move.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be interested to hear what he says on actions detrimental.
He's not going to say anything. He's facing a fine and a penalty right now. He's not going to say there will not be a mention of it. He'll probably, yeah, okay, and continue. Or I'll talk about that once my appeal has processed, which should be coming up this week anyway. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. But I really think Denny was just finally was like, listen, I'm not going to let everyone beat me around, and hit him right in the back, push him.
I think he lost his cool for that moment.
Yeah, I agree. Because there's nothing else for it. You look at it, you can watch the clip 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Same. He just at the very beginning, I can see him like hitting at the back, and then I think Denny just, you ain't gonna do me. Shoop. There it goes. Dump it like a dump truck.
Then you don't give a fuck.
Yep. But yeah, no. So we're at 37 minutes for this one. Dramatically faster than last time, but we didn't get all tangented at on this one. But we'll be at Bristol. Make sure y'all are paying attention. Make sure y'all are hitting up all the different socials all over the place, in each corner wherever they happen to be at. And
I never get that right.
it's this way. Got it. Okay. So support our sponsor. Now which way did my finger go? There it goes. We're just noobs. We're still learning these things. But we will be live from Bristol. Come join us. Can't wait to see some of y'all, and bring the brewskis.
The brewskis.
The brewskis.
How much are you going to drink?
We'll see. Ooh, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
We're getting there. Getting there
Almost.
very, very soon.
Almost.
But
all right, let's call it a podcast. I had a long day. If you can't tell.
I am exhausted. Long day. Getting done this week. But we will be back Friday. So thank y'all.
We'll be back Friday. We will be live next Monday as well after the Bristol race. It may be a short podcast. It may be a long podcast. Who knows? Because we are coming back Monday morning. Early Monday morning.
So we'll see what goes on. But thank y'all for everything. And until next time, see you.
See you.